we can't have nice things.
Good segue though. Speaking of Stan Lee, you'll see the new episode of Loki.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Nerdz recap. We're gonna do Loki episode 2. We got a special guest, Miss Stacy, on with us. Might be joined by Joseph a little later. We got Sheldon Lou, Stretch Armstrong, Leader Poet.
Yo.
All right, guys. Episode 2 kind of gets right into it. Way quicker than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Hey, can y'all clarify something real quick?
Go ahead.
What's up?
At the end of that, that's his sister, right? That's their sister, right?
Nah, man, you tripping.
No.
Nah, I thought is it shit. I thought that was his
Another
sister
universe.
from one of the movies.
No, that's Hela. Hela's gone. This another universe, another Loki.
Yeah, she's fighting.
Oh, it
Ragnarok.
really is another Loki?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
I thought
what they're
that was
talking.
the sister from the movie. That's why I was confused.
Nah,
Okay.
Hela been gone. She gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
You
making
know,
sure.
Surtur? I think Surtur killed her, right? Surtur, he killed her?
Or they were continuously fighting. Who knows?
Yeah.
Either way, then. But the whole point of this show is like all these variants are like other Lokis. That's why he got brought on to hunt down other hims or hers.
Like the
I mean, yeah, I get it, but like I just thought it was like a low-key trick or something like that, you know.
I know you probably took your vitamins that day.
Oh yeah, you know I did. No, I'm about to have some vitamin in the middle of this shit too, just like
have some herbal tea. Herbal tea,
ain't shit changed. Yeah, we'll call it some herbal tea. That's what we'll call it.
But all right, so the episode starts off with him doing desk work. I guess it's like his orientation. He's over and taking the training videos, going through paperwork.
Bro, that shit had me rolling.
That was funny.
And what's her name? What's the clock's name? Mrs. What time or
something like that? But the fact that he tries to smack the fuck out of her 100 times and can't get her had me rolling.
That was great.
But he's talking with her. Yeah, he was like, "Are you real?" She's like, "Yeah, no, and yes." Then she jumped into the screen before he could go. I was like, "Wait, that's very interactive."
What did she call him? Like a jerk or something? Like you're a jerk.
Oh.
I was like, "Why you beating this time?" She was so nice. I was like, "Why you messing with her, bro?"
But it's weird. I was like, so is she like the future time force is like Jarvis or whatever, like or Miss Friday or whatever like that? Because she even got her button in the elevator. If you notice, like there's floors, but then it's just her face. So does she just pop out of the speaker or something?
Is she like human resources AI, maybe?
Human resources AI.
Bro, they got super technology. I don't know what they come up with.
Maybe it's their version of Jarvis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something like that. Because he was asking her questions and she was like, "That's classified. That's above your pay," stuff like that. So
I guess the lady later. I thought that was later. The older lady at the library.
Oh.
Because she said that. She was like, classified like this.
She kept saying that was classified. That's classified. And he was like, finally, like, what can I?
Like, yeah, right.
And she gave him his file. Like, you can look at your file. That's it.
Speaking of that, speaking of that file he was looking through, and it had all the other cases, I guess, of the variants they're supposed to go through. And one of the names was like Loki's real name, I guess, when he was a frost giant. Because whatever the Frost dad was calling him, Cyval or something like that, it just had an A at the end, like make it a girl. So I guess like this Lady Loki is that version, like he was born a girl instead of him.
All right, I'll buy it.
My thing is, I want to know. Hopefully, they get into this next episode. I really want to know what timeline she comes from, because she still wears like the horns, and Loki, I feel like stopped wearing that a while ago. Like, it's like the horns.
He only wore them really. I thought he started really only wearing them like during battle times.
Yeah, I think that's like part of his armor, like his battle.
Yeah, like he's not gonna just like walk around and be like,
right.
But
well, technically though, but she would, right? Because she's technically at war all the time.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
So
she would have to keep it.
That makes
sense. Or
sense.
it's part of her outfit because like women's comic outfits are weird,
over the top for no reason.
Yeah,
hers was tasteful.
Hello.
After a while, even WandaVision, she had that thing.
Yeah.
And
she wore it every time she was in her actual WandaVision outfit. She had the crown thingy.
Hela had for real antlers.
But when they were going through, I think episode 1, when they were showing the different timeline of Lokis and different shapes and stuff, they all had the horns. So I guess every Loki
there's that
they're going to be dealing with is going to be dealing with it. I guess they're at work. Everybody's just like, yeah, we're here though.
Well, they're supposed to be the god of mischief. So it's kind of like, I guess, just they're all going to be there. Like nobody chooses. I guess nobody chooses different. It must be the constant. Like they're all going to be the god of mischief.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming.
Well, especially if they're this one, they're wilding out. If they're messing up the timelines at this point.
I just want to know if there's one. We talked about this last time. If maybe there's one that never leaves the Frost Giants, because the Frost Giants do physically look different.
There was a blue one on the hologram. The second one they showed, he was blue.
Oh, when they went through all the different variants.
Yeah.
There was a blue one.
Because it's like that.
But there was also like a real thick looking.
Yeah, like he was an ogre or something. Yeah,
he was swole, bro. I was like,
yeah.
But he had the same head. I was like, that's not how.
Yeah, just like regular head. He was just like, all I need is arms. Arms are just.
What are those like? Half man, half like bulls
centaurs.
Yeah. Not the man.
Oh, he did have hooves though.
Yeah, not the man and the horse, but like the man and the bull.
Minotaurs.
Minotaurs, yeah.
I thought wasn't there one of those kind of looking?
Yeah, because he did have like the hairy leg and the hooves. No, you're right.
That was a wild look because he still had a normal head with a huge body.
But I heard something interesting. Somebody said that might be Enchantress too, not just necessarily Loki, because him and Enchantress have a thing.
Him and who?
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Okay, thank you. I didn't hear correctly. Okay.
In one of the timelines, so it could be her taking on the man or whatever like that.
Can I ask you all a question? Does anyone here think, and if not, what do you think? There's something about the Guardians, like the actual Time Guardians, the three, they're supposed to be like in charge of everything.
The lizard guys.
In my mind, at first I thought, right? In my mind, I first thought, is that the Living Tribunal? But then I thought, no, because he's supposed to be over magic. And this isn't magic, it's time and space.
Well,
like, is that supposed to be somebody
he still
else?
did time. I think this is the MCU's version of that, because it is always the Living Tribunal has three faces, and I guess they just split them up into three dudes.
You think that's what it might be?
Just like Lady Loki, this is a different version. Like, they always try to mix up comics and stuff. So it's like they can't please everybody, so they try to pick the best of everything. Like when they called Ego the planet Celestial, which was a waste of a line. There was no need for that. Was trash. That's pointless. The Celestials look way cooler than that too. So I was like, you're not one of them. Let them be a planet, man. That's good enough. Man.
Well, here's my question with the timekeepers. If there's a sacred timeline, technically there's a version of them in each timeline, right?
Hold on.
Well,
are they a consistent constant?
They're a constant because they're outside of it. This whole time, whatever they call it, the whole
TVA.
The whole TVA is outside of it.
The thing is, they're not actually within the TVA. They're somewhere else. Because remember, old girl was like, I told them the location. I told them where they are, how to find them, and all the spots they're in. They're never in the TVA. They're always
not. The TVA is a place, but they're in a pocket dimension outside.
Yeah, she did say that.
They control it. Just like the TVA is outside of. That's why.
Right. So I'm wondering on each timeline that does get a bridge, are they there?
No, man, they're in a different dimension and lower your value.
Because they can bounce in different dimensions, regardless of what the timeline is. They can always create a pocket space within a dimension to go there because they sit outside that realm, regardless.
I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying. But if you're saying it in the way of this is them, these are the universes, and they go where they want, but it's the same three, then I think that makes sense. But it's the same three.
You want to know?
That's what I wonder. Are they a constant to where they're like us? Imagine a TVA as a spaceship that flies around in all the dimensions whenever it wants to.
Okay, like it's one, but then they interact with all the timelines, but it's not one for each timeline. Okay,
I don't think they even touch the timelines. You know what I think it's like?
Because there's an infinity stone for each timeline.
Man, sure. Like Umbrella Academy. You know how those guys were going at different times or whatever to have meetings and stuff. Nobody ever knew where they were. So they're always outside, like that main place they go to is outside of it. So I think it's like that. Like they only need somewhere to like hang out, but they're never.
And there's
I just took it
down.
Yeah.
I just took it as there's them three and the whole TVA, and it's outside of everything else, and they control all timelines.
Well, they keep it alive or whatever. I think it's going to be some big corrupt thing like it's gonna be them trying to and it's them like and I think that's what Lady Loki's whole thing is like. They chose to get rid of my timeline. Yeah, and it's just whatever little mob thing going on.
Oh, so you think it's a revenge tour that the other Loki is going through?
Yeah.
Oh, anti-hero, not necessarily a villain. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, I don't think she's the main villain. I think the villain is going to be the actual like TVA, like the
that makes sense to me. In most shows that we watch, I don't feel like when the big reveal has ever been, "Hi, I'm nice back here." It's like this. I feel like that's never happened.
Right.
So I wonder if they wiped her timeline and she's just like, "No, coming back."
She won't smoke.
I think it's gone.
Hey, she won't all the smoke. She pop.
You think all this is under Owen Wilson? You think he's really the bad guy? Could you imagine? Like,
you know
what? Being like,
my wife said the same thing. Cassie said the same. She goes, "Is he the bad guy on the cover?" And I was like, I don't know.
Because he has slick comments about both episodes.
He has the whole friendly demeanor, and we all remember him as an idiot from like Wedding Crashers and stuff. Mm-hmm. So why ever think about Owen Wilson being the villain?
And it sounds like he knows, like he's been through this before. He's like, man, this Loki's the best Loki I've had so far. Like, she's like, you don't get another Loki after this.
All other Lokis.
Yeah, it's like all the other Lokis. Hold on, time out. How many times have you done this, Mobius?
Yeah, like how many Lokis have you met?
He's like, I've done this 50 times. I think he says it. I've done this 50 times with you. I know everything about you. I've done this before.
Tatum, turn down your mic.
You know it doesn't matter. He's still gonna yell at us.
Wow. He's hype, bro. Him and AJ have that in common.
But it's true.
Well, if y'all knew what I just came from, my blood is boiling.
Oh, still. They know.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
So the juices is going.
Oh wow. But no, because remember that judge or whatever he's talked to? She was like, "Yeah, you used to be the wild card and stuff like that." So he probably is like putting on this facade like he's good now, but he's probably just
I think this all has to do with Mobius.
Think about some of the comments he's made. Oh, my bad. Keep going.
No, I was just saying I think he's the ringleader of it.
It would surprise me because now that you say that, think about some of the shit he said to Loki. He talked about, I'd help you burn down that bit, that section of this.
Nightmare.
Wouldn't we all like to do that and shit like he's been saying little slick shit. Like he kind of wants to help Loki do what Loki's talking about doing.
Of course, because he wants that jet ski from '93.
That's all he wants to do.
But see, that's a symbol of being a man, majestic on a jet ski.
I think he wants what Loki wants. He's like, I want to meet them too, but I can't just say it. Like I've been around here, I can't just openly be like, man, who are these three homies out here? Man, where y'all at? Like,
and I really think Loki when he told him you could do anything in an apocalyptic event, like you can go in there and just, hey.
I think he already knew it. That's what the crazy Loki's been doing, and probably the other ones why they couldn't catch the other ones either. Mobius about to ride a jet ski in an apocalyptic event, just so he can ride a jet ski. Oh, my jet ski!
One thing I did like was their definition of apocalyptic. See, I'm thinking like world ending, but no, it's just like if an area gets destroyed. I was like, that gives way more options, and I was like, that's some good ass writing.
And that could be anything. Like I said, that tornado is like, well, it's over for them anyway, so nobody's paying attention to this.
No,
I love when he went back to Pompeii and was like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Go, goats. Throwing chickens or something.
It took the lady said,
he starts speaking in Italian or Latin or whatever and just starts saying shit to him. I was like, all right, cool. And then he was like, any variants? Nope.
That is a great writing point. That's a great writing point. Sometimes you watch a show and you'd be like, boo, that's an ass pull. Now I was like, nah, this make hella sense. Like I was like, all right, I want to see the next episode. Like I'm hyped now.
But I wonder if there's going to be. I think this Lady Loki is going to wrap up probably next episode. I remember in the trailer when he's sitting down talking to her, whatever. Like I think her whole thing was like to set off those like 40 or something crazy bombs, to, like scatter the TVA so they're busy so the other Lokis can really sub time.
Bro, if a bunch of Lokis just hop out of nowhere. Oh, we out here.
I think the next episode is them infiltrating the TVA because everybody's gone. The timeline is on Omega 5. Like everybody in the TVA has mobilized. Even the judge picked up her baton and she was out that bitch. She was gone. So there's nobody at the TVA. So who's watching for the Guardians? Who's protecting the Guardians of the Taker timeline? She did this to infiltrate because she got everybody out. This is a cataclysmic disaster on the sacred timeline. Everybody's at arms. Everybody's gone. The White House is open. Let's go. Let's go.
Lewis?
I know you all already probably talked about this on episode 1. Did it piss anybody off when he opened up that and there was a ton of stones in that?
No, it was hilarious.
It made me mad because
I was about to be pissed. Like I was like, you try, like at first I thought they were gonna try to like you see that could come back into play because I feel like they could almost use this now as a way to reset shit.
Oh, they will. That's what this whole timeline thing is gonna be.
If I run in and go back to my timeline where they actually work, it'll be like
you gotta take them back to your timeline.
Where the guy was like, "Oh yeah, we just use them as paperweights."
Yeah.
Right? You know how shitty you gotta feel to be like Gamora and learn that like you didn't have to die for a soul stone.
Yeah, because they had them in. They had all the.
You could have just popped over, grabbed one, and came back without the sacrifice.
Basically, if someone would have found a way to just go to TVA for like a few seconds, like, oh, I can go back. Oh, this is way easier.
Well, it's like walking into the jeweler. Like, let me get this necklace real quick. Let me get that. Let me get that. Hey,
hey man, you need a power stone? How many? How many you want? How many you want? I got 5.
Nigga, I drink some rock on power stones, nigga. Diddy.
You eat them? That's how you want to go out?
I mean, hey, why not, bro? I go back to my dimension. I'm a super strong man.
Put them in your teeth.
Hey, I'm trying to be like little Uzi Vert and get a time stone put in my forehead. Me and the Vision, baby.
Oh,
he said he wanted to be Vision.
Right. Oh, Griff, I got a question for you. I almost missed it, but when Lady Loki captured the girl, and that was the lead chick from Utopia.
From Utopia, yeah. I was
like, because we watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think me and you don't even watch it. I was like, I felt like she was gonna get more. I was like, well, she's a star on the show. Clearly, she's gonna have a bigger part. I was like, nah, it's Marvel. They're like, man, you throw it.
Listen, you come to Marvel, you work your way. Like, you don't get to just be not on top. You gotta already be like Oscar winner.
Plus,
if you haven't watched it, it's a great show.
Yeah. Plus, the way it started, like, I didn't know she was possessed at first. I didn't pay attention to that first part where she was just beating up the other TVAs.
She had hands.
Yeah.
She had hands, bro. But I was like, why? Because it's fun. I was like, oh. You know how scared I'd be if someone just used super kung fu moves in front of me? It was like, because it's fun. Like, if I ain't got no pistol, I'm losing. Like, it just is what it is. I'm not winning.
But yeah, y'all should watch Utopia. I think it's on Prime.
That show was hard, and it's very different. It's not like a typical book show. Very different. It's meta because it's a comic book show about a comic book that's real.
Yeah, and it's dark. It's very dark.
Yeah, the first episode was mass killings. First episode.
Yeah. Nonchalantly.
like it's and ain't no snap. You don't come back. It's just you just gone.
Oh, speaking of shows, did y'all watch Rurouni Kenshin, the final?
I gotta save. I gotta save. I'm gonna watch it. I gotta save.
2 hours and 13 minutes. It was not bad. Probably the best live action anime adaptation out there. And I know y'all some DBZ fans in here, and y'all love that one. But
what?
We will jump you. Oh. Everyone hates that movie.
Y'all ain't big enough.
We all hate that movie.
I muted him just because of that comment.
He knows Dragon Ball Z fans, anime fans of that can see with their eyes of anything hate that movie.
You're on 2 minute punishment.
You have sight.
I don't even Dragon Ball Z, and that shit was trash.
Hey, man.
Now, I did hear someone say that was probably the best version they've ever seen compared to Netflix.
Never in life did you hear that from any.
No, for real. They said compared to Netflix, how they usually drop their shit, like Death Note and all that.
You're talking about Kenshin. I thought you were talking about Evolution. I was supposed to be like, no, it's not fight.
No, I'm gonna tell you though, that's not hard because most live actions from anime fans I've met, most live actions people don't like. Most ones people don't like. I think the Attack on Titan one might have been decent, but they cut out Levi, so people hated that. No one liked Full Metal. No one liked Death Note. Like a lot of live action. I don't know anyone who even watched
Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender was awful, and it just like doesn't exist.
Oh my god! I disagree.
It was so
no,
bad.
the show is fantastic.
We got 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I ain't gonna grill you. I ain't gonna burn you for this. I'm gonna let you slide on this. This is your free one from me.
Avatar is trash. Everybody knows it's trash. You're the only one that likes it.
Last episode was garbage water. It was
I like it.
Water.
The movie.
First off, the movie,
yeah.
The live action.
The live action M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
I need new friends.
It might have been trash, but it was good. It might have been trash.
No,
it
it
wasn't even duty. It was duty water. Like it wasn't even like the actual club. It was the water.
You know that's how you know.
No way y'all sat there and enjoyed it.
Term right there.
Oh, you said, look, man, let's not. Nah, take duty.
Duty water is just a Louisville shit. That's Louisville.
I've been saying that. Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
What's crazy though is we have really good water.
We got the best water.
That's about the only thing y'all got. But anyway.
You still drink out.
Bro, Winchester has you and a gas station.
Right.
Yeah.
1, 2. You got LA.
I can't hate on Winchester. It's a nice little town.
I know it's not
little town. Little
you
town.
Like it. You like it for other reasons.
Y'all ain't gonna keep doing this little increment of space with time and my size of my city.
You're the one always started. I don't know why you not gonna win.
We all from Louisville. We all from Louisville. He trying to swing. It's 4 of us. You wasn't gonna win this. Right. You're getting jumped.
So, all right. So, episode 3 predictions, because this is getting interesting. Well, do you think that red line thing is going to be real? Do you think it's like some are going to actually cross it? Because they say once it crosses that red line, like you can't go back on that timeline. Like it's messed up forever, right?
Yeah, but did any of them hit that line though?
No, but they were getting close. I was like,
the red line where they usually go in and reset.
Yeah,
like when somebody hits the red line, that's when they're like reset.
Well, that's the thing. Once it crosses the red line, they can't reset it. Anything before the red line, they can reset it with those bombs or zap somebody. So actually, once it passed that point, it's supposed to be a permanent new timeline.
I'm gonna say I think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna hit it. They're gonna do like the nuclear, like some kind of nuclear option, and they're gonna do things that probably aren't good to make sure it doesn't go that far. And I think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna.
I don't know. I'm not like this one. This show's kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit more than the other ones.
It does. A lot of mystery.
And I'm not.
I feel like it's gonna.
I haven't been as big of a fan on this one. Yeah, they might as well. So.
Yeah, well, all this time stuff, but I think it's either going to be like you said, they're going to do some nuclear energy, or it's going to start blowing up the whole thing about those the time masters or whatever. Like, because something's going to pass a red line, and they're going to be like, nothing crazy happened.
Well, I mean, he gets out,
and I might break things like everything was a lie. What's going on? They said this will be the end of the whatever.
It can't be the end of, because then the show would be done. You have 3 episodes.
But there's only 6.
What?
It's only 6. They'll just be in a void for the last year. That was crazy how we didn't stop it.
Loki only gets half of a show, so he gets 3 episodes. Done. Wrapped up.
But they did do season 2. Season 2 was approved like 2 months ago.
So they are doing a season 2 of it?
Yeah, season 2 was already approved before this.
But it makes sense. If Loki's going to always exist outside of the MCU timeline, they can do anything with this character.
Yeah, he's going to be Quantum Leap Loki now.
I remember that show. I never watched it. I remember that show.
I just remember the intro. He's come on like after Scooby-Doo went off. Like,
Will this leap? Was that the one that was like, will this leap be the leap home?
Yeah. And he's always like in a women's dress. He's like, man, I'm a chick again. I was like, all right.
And Quantum Leap, was there a team of them, like a group of them, or just the one guy?
Just the one guy. It was one guy giving them missions or whatever. He said, oh, am I back home? Nah, man, you're back in 1952.
You know what? Then that means there's another show that was like that, but it was a group of them. It wasn't just him. I might be thinking about a different show. Never mind.
Yep.
I think this next episode, like you said, it might be a bait and switch where like you realize she's not the villain, we get the real villain. Or something so wild happens, we get on that super cliffhanger where it's like 3, 4, 5 things happen. It's gonna be like, oh, and then credits. I'm like, damn it, Attack on Titan season 1.
Well, I know there's at least 2 more Lokis. There's a Loki where he takes over. He's like the president. They had like posters of him like ruling the world. I saw that in the trailer. And another dark one or something like that. So, but
I'm also wondering. Oh, my bad.
I remember in the trailer when he's sitting on her on the rock and they're just talking. I think she's giving her spiel like how her timeline was messed up. She was just like,
that's gonna be hard. I bet it's gonna be hard and dark.
gang on him.
I'm thinking though, most of the episode you see them chasing this, like the timeline low key that we started with, and him either trying to get to her or get to the timekeepers. Like that's the only way the show can go. If I'm like, I don't know. From what I've seen so far, like that's the only way the show can go.
He is trying to get to the timekeepers.
Yeah.
But he does have to probably get to her in some regard because she's everything up.
Yeah. And clearly she knows way more than he does.
Or fixing it. Is she messing everything up or is she fixing it? You know,
bringing back things that got destroyed. Possibly.
And she knows the location. Remember, she got your girl in terms of she watered.
That is true.
Because the girl said I gave up the location.
Yeah.
So you know what? I bet it is him trying to go find her so they can go meet. So he can. He just wants to meet him because I guess he still probably wants to take over the TVA.
Yeah.
But she's
he
probably
wants whatever power they have.
Yeah, take him out.
That's what he really wants.
And I got Thor like on episode 1 because I was like, nah, man, he got humbled. He turned a new leaf. He's as soon as episode 2 started. Nah, man, I'm trying to take over. I was like, damn.
he's like what's that South Park where Saddam Hussein told the devil, maybe I've changed. It was like no you haven't.
I see. I was like, because I watched plenty of Thor movies. I'm like, man, why you keep falling for it? It's Loki. I'm over the first episode, man. Yeah, he got humbled, man. He saw himself die. He's like, no, man, I'm just trying to get to the time people. Man,
no, he's just sad as he does evil. It's all it is, right? Oh man, I'm gonna still do dirt. I'm just sad right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I took my man back for no reason. I was like, man, you're just gonna keep cheating.
Yeah. Yes.
I know when he walked through that damn.
You said last time was the last time.
Fire.
When he went to the portal, that was hard.
He looked at Mo. He said, "I'm walking through this."
Yeah, I don't know why he thought he was gonna stop. See, that's when I knew he was bad.
But he's petty because he looked first like. Nah, man. Nah.
He said,
nah. Loki's the kind of person that says a phrase, and if you ever been with someone or you thought you was with somebody, you don't want to hear this phrase. You knew what this was.
Yeah.
If you hear that phrase, somebody feelings just got hurt.
Yeah.
You knew what this was. No, I didn't. Oh, should have figured it out. Space door.
Man, you know I love my wife. It's like, oh man.
You have a wife? Oh. Well.
That's time.
Don't tell nobody.
But no, I don't know. I don't think this has been as good as their other shows so far, though. I will say that.
I don't know.
It's
I like
still
this
good.
It's weird stuff, though.
It's good. It's just I don't think it's been as good as WandaVision or what's your name?
I'll say this. I think it's a matter of taste. It depends on what you like. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think if you're not into this, it's not gonna be in your top of these shows.
In this episode too, I feel like there's just gonna be a lot of twists in this, because like WandaVision had some twists that paid off later.
Yeah, that's why I ain't written it off yet neither, because who knows what's happening in this next episode.
You gotta think of WandaVision's first 2 episodes. That was a slow burn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, all right, let me just chill for a second. But it's been it's not been boring. But
not all women react that way to, losing somebody.
Yeah, they don't create.
We all can't just make our own little worlds.
I told you I took Loki back for no reason. I felt bad about it. Not just the women.
Every time you do, apparently.
I was like, man, you changed, man. No.
Nice. He's like, I got full too. I mean, I didn't. He did. I didn't. He did.
I was over like, man, he ain't even that cute. Why am I falling for him?
He is always going to work the scheme to benefit himself.
He doesn't. I don't think he even knows how not to. Even when he had that.
No, he doesn't know how not to.
Like Owen Wilson, he talked to Owen Wilson and he was talking about how I saw the death and they're more powerful. These stones. He literally got everything about his ego was like, you're not the most powerful. They're better. These stones are worthless. Your plans never work. Every version of your plans never work. He's like, but still.
Yeah.
He lost the fight. Unanimous decision, knockout, wake up and be like, nah, man, we fighting again.
And Owen Wilson is kind of your friend. Keep telling you, it's like, man, you stab people in the back all the time. You're going to do
It's like,
it.
I literally watched you stab somebody in the back like 50 times.
No, what was that movie?
That episode 1 where he just keeps rewinding the shit. Like, oh, look at this one. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, you did it again here.
I don't do it the same every time. So I got to mix it up.
It's a different spot each time.
No, he's like that guy one of the Chiefs. I don't know if you've seen that meme where she's like, I caught you. You was at Red Lobster with that chick. You had crab. His response is, I didn't have crab though. Like, what? What? So you was there with that chick? I mean, yeah, but you got that fact wrong. That's like you committed the murder. No, man, I used a knife though. You still did.
No. Because that's the move right there. Because then you move the argument from here to here.
Don't give up the sauce. This is recorded.
Listen here, future.
You're gonna incriminate yourself like somebody rewinded on episode 2 of Loki. I seen you. It's that same you do. You're like, oh,
if she ever catch me cheating, I will never tell the story.
That's on your pay.
Allegedly.
Good one.
These are all theories. This is a theory show.
Theories.
Don't prove. What you saying this? These are jokes, Stacy.
Oh no, I get it. Yeah. No, I don't. Don't bother me, man.
I'm gonna add the drum roll effect.
Look, she's like, I know the game. I ain't worried about that. She's like, I know the game.
I know the game.
You know what it is.
Take a look back. He's different.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat.
It's true. We don't do that.
Huh? You know who don't cheat?
Yeah, that's right. Genetically prone not to.
Men. We don't count the boys. The men don't.
It's impossible.
But anyway,
so
I like the episode. Look forward to what's happening next, personally.
So possibly Owen Wilson villain.
That's what I think. I think Owen Wilson's gonna be like the true villain of all this.
Because he's really think about it until you said it.
You know, and he's doing everything he can to not let him meet the timekeepers. You know, every time he's like, oh, well, you said I'm going to meet him. He's like, did I really say that though? I didn't really say that, you know?
Oh, snap. Like Raising Dion.
What?
Did y'all see Raising Dion on Netflix?
Not the second.
Yeah, but what are you talking about?
Well, when the villain came up, nobody, like, I did not think he was the villain. If you watch it, like, just like Owen Wilson, you don't, like, I had no idea.
Oh, okay. I get what point you're making now. My bad.
He came up, he was like, oh, I should have killed him. He was like, wait, come again? It was like, huh? He was way too calm. It was like, oh, snap.
And I think that's Owen Wilson. I think he's the secret shady guy.
He finally took that pay cut.
But he's just, you know, his facade is to be emotional, follow his behaviors. You know, you mimic somebody, and then in like behavior, what you do is you realize what they want, and then you kind of play to that. So he's playing Loki the way that he wants, but Loki's trying to play him the way that Loki wants. And
hold on, you use too much reason right there. What do you do for a living?
I'm a behavior therapist.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying.
You know what I think
Actually,
it might
not
be?
you mention it.
I think it might be like a movie's like an undercover cop or whatever. He was like, he was a good cop until like that last job. Then he was like, I finally took the money. And it's gonna be
everybody's gonna take the money.
I will say this.
I think you're wrong there. But...
I'm asking you 3 questions. This guy has Owen Wilson actually said to Loki in a firm statement, "You will get to meet them." Has he ever?
No.
He just called him out. He's like, he just knows he wants to.
It's very questionable. And then Loki brought it up when they were walking, and he was like, "We'll see."
Yeah.
Has Loki figured that out yet? Has Loki figured out this like? Cause I figured, Loki, do you know he ain't told you meeting them at all yet?
But he knows he's sticking around for a chance.
Loki has like caught on to that because he is like, you know, the god of mischief. So I'm pretty sure he's caught on to that, and so that's why he's trying to play him and get his own way up there to go see him.
Loki's like, that's what I do. I get it. He's like, that's what I do. I get it.
He's like, this This guy's
Hell
not.
no.
He's like, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm Loki.
You think
Time to do some more.
that one lady
missed
cop on the TVA? You think she's in the right, or she's a little overboard?
Who? Which one you talking about?
One
The
that's
from,
always,
uh,
the
Judge
always
No,
lady?
like the captain. Wasn't
Yeah.
she like the sergeant captain
From
or
Love-
something?
Oh, you
the one
talking
that's always
about?
trying to zap him. Yep.
From Love
Yeah,
That
you
Country,
talking
right?
about?
Yes, I was trying to zap him.
I like her.
You
Doc.
talking
Like
about
her.
the Hulk chick? I got you.
Hey, she's with it. She's with it. She's with like she was like, I don't like him. I'm not off him.
She's like, don't give him no weapon. she's really.
She's like,
always
she
trying
was
to-
absolutely.
Well, she
was
was- hold on, was
absolutely
He
she-
not.
said no.
No,
No,
she got right
No.
Give me the
back. She put her locker like absolutely not.
She was
But
giving
the
a
best
speech. She was
was-
like, if you see a Loki, reset him. He was like, except for me. She was like, yeah, anyway, reset him.
Yeah.
But then she
Like,
wants.
if you
Then
got
she has.
reset on accident.
She when she's like, nah, he's got to go with me. That's exactly what he wanted,
Yeah.
and they played into it. That's that. But that was funny too, because that was him not even playing no tricks on nobody, just letting them play against each other and using it to his advantage.
He's like, don't get reset this time.
When the brother grabbed
We
her
call
and
that taking an opportunity.
Oh, 100%.
Good at those.
and
He's
that
good
brother
at
grabbed her,
those.
and that brother grabbed her and transferred bodies. It was like, okay, we with it.
Oh,
And it's
bro,
like you
when
get
that was
to see this little bing, like he's like, "Ooh, light bulb."
That was
When he
crazy.
does that.
And see, he knows how to get to himself, and he did that beautifully at the end of that episode. Oh, what, you afraid to show me yourself? You know, he got in her head and got her to come out and show herself.
And
I thought that was a pretty good way of how they did that too.
But she was smart. She didn't show herself. She was just about to open the door and leave. It was like, no, I'm
Yeah.
almost done now. Now I'll come
Oh
out.
yeah.
She's smart.
But it just reminded
She's
me,
smart,
like,
yeah.
when they were running through all the Lokis, he did say, like, each Loki is different, not only physical, but they got different powers, too. Because I was thinking, I was like, he can't transfer his consciousness and stuff like that to people.
But you're right. It's
Oh
different.
well, and then he was explaining it later. He was talking to them about because when he got his powers back, when they got out of the TVA, he was
His
explaining to
appearance.
them. Yeah, his appearance. He was explaining to them like he can multiply himself, but
And how it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
and how it's different than some other power.
Oh yeah.
He said one's like molecular level.
Molecular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big word.
Big word. I like that.
The big word with the microscopes. Ha ha ha.
Microscopes.
Nah, man.
Microscopic.
No, scopes are the
Microscopic.
thing you look
Microscopic.
through.
Microscopic.
Yeah, that's why I stopped at
You said
scopes.
you said with the microscopes.
Yeah, the scopes.
Hey, another funny ass scene was. This is when they knew
Scope
they
is a
should have had a
tool. The
problem.
scopes are the thing.
When they got there, you are.
No, I'm not.
When he gets there and
Lewis, your point.
and he shakes it, when he shakes himself clean, basically using his magic, that right there. Nah, we gotta throw some on his, like throw the little collar back on him or whatever. Cause you should have known right then. Like,
I
there's
love
no
how he
way.
talked to her. I love how he talked to her. I use magic to dry myself.
All right.
Yeah.
He's like,
She's like,
it's
what
like,
did
why-
you do? He's like,
I use magic.
It's like holding your pinky up when you drink tea. He's fancy about it. I use magic to dry myself.
But then just now you say, you want me around squeaky shoes like you
Yeah.
guys? And now he's like,
Verbal pinkies up.
I mean, real talk. It was like common sense. If I can be more comfortable,
Yeah.
why would I be uncomfortable? You know I do magic, right? Like that's why. Like you know this. Like you. The whole point. So I'm hard to catch. Stop it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt his frustration. I was like, did you forget he's like a world-class magic user? And you're not in the time place no more.
all it takes
I can
is
just do this now.
But reset.
I know, right?
Reset.
They say reset. I'm like, you mean kill? Like,
Yeah.
I mean kill.
Oh,
right?
that was
Like,
hey, hold on, that was funny as too when they was asking if he even read any of the rules. And he's like, oh yeah, it sounds like a fancy way of saying incinerate everything around it. And he's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, he read it then. He read it.
yeah, like they get it, bro. Like, yeah, like you're trying to make it sound nice. It's not, hey, erase somebody from existence. Reset. No, it's death.
Yeah.
There's no
death.
resetting.
It's not like I go back 5 steps. So I was like, oh yeah, I get to do that layup over. It's like, no, man.
No, you just you don't exist no more. Your people's crying now.
But if they reset somebody, does that mean you just die, or does that mean like you never existed?
I think.
I don't know, because look, but then you think of, she says that, but then think about when he's going through the thing and he does grab his ticket and they do the other dude like that.
Right.
I think he's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so is that person,
so.
like, that's what I'm saying. Is he
Does
gone?
that mean your
or
whole
is like,
life is gone and your parents never had you?
Well,
Or
here's
does
the
that
thing.
just mean you dead and now everybody's like, oh my God, what happened? And now there's all these unsolved mysteries.
Because when they reset the timeline, they do the bomb, it resets everything, then it starts over or whatever from a certain point. But if they do the individual, that's what I'm saying.
They may send you back to a certain point and you have no memory of it.
I think that version of you is gone and it just goes back.
Because the video, remember the video when they showed them, they made it seem like, oh, your variant goes off, but then you reset and you put them back over here. That's what the video made it seem that way, but the reset looked like just death.
I think that was the nice, like orientation video, trying to make it
because
seem
think about it, if that was the case, they could have just sent that Loki back.
Yeah, I think that whole branch went away. There was like, so everything in that branch is gone. It's like, no, we're starting back here. Those things.
Right.
Dang, but yeah, it's curious. It's like, so your parents like, we ain't got no kids. It's like,
yeah, like, can you just imagine the last like 35 years just being erased and your parents were like, whatever.
Ooh,
what nice number? I like your number there, 35.
I got a question. Is there anything? Is there anything explaining the 5-year absence? Really, like the blip out and then blip back in? Is there really anything explaining that?
Shows happen after.
No,
except for this is before. This is Verse Avengers.
Lewis, this would never happen for him. There's no blip for him. Remember, in his timeline, he got it before the blip.
Hold on. What I'm asking that to say this. What if season 1 or season 2, or if this is all leading up to trying to explain the blip to people, where everybody blipped out?
Everybody knows it's Thanos. Everybody who survived or didn't get blipped knows it was Thanos. It was explained later.
And they're outside the universe. None of them probably blipped away. They're outside of that timeline.
But they control the TVA.
The TVA let that slide. That's a part of the time. Like, that's supposed to happen.
Oh, that's right. They did say
that. They said that's fine. That's why they didn't go after the Avengers. They said,
because that's right. The episode 1, he asked, why didn't y'all go after them after all that? That's right.
He was quick to snitch too. He's like, man, I'm only here because the Avengers. So if y'all want
Loki and Lady Loki make more sense. Lady Loki make way more sense because we keep saying what's supposed to happen. I'm like, wait, so the blip was supposed to happen, but I can't have the Tesseract? It's like, how are you weighing this?
Yeah.
Like if I was on if I'm a person looking at him, obviously I'm not, this is fake world. I'm like, wait. So he can kill half the universe, literally. I can't have one of the stones, my G?
They're NCAA now. They make up rules as they go. Your phone's view is crooked.
Stacy sitting sideways like Paul Wall said.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hey. Is that better?
Yeah.
Sitting sideways.
All right. So, real quick, guys. So, we know any predictions on episode 3. Right now, we just got Owen Wilson. I like the way it's flowing so far. I think Lewis is
slow. That's all.
Yeah. Lewis thinks it's a little slow, but
I can.
I don't know.
I think it's really different, and I like it.
Because this is the last show besides the What If, which I think this What If is going to tie in because that's really just alternate, made up stuff, What If stuff with that show, and it's all animated.
What If could be live. What If could be live though.
Yeah, that's all. It's going to be his alternate timeline stuff.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
But Stace, thanks for coming through, hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Stacy.
Nice to meet you guys.
You got any?
Nice to meet you as well.
Instagram, Cash App, anything you want to people?
No, I don't do social media except for Snapchat.
I feel that.
Oh, because you want to send her a 6-second inappropriate video on Snapchat, I'll post it on the bottom.
No.
No bottoms allowed.
No, those are for like stupid filters and ridiculous videos. I don't do anything cool. I do nothing cool on the internet.
That probably means you're stable and live like you're an adult. Keep doing what you're doing. Seriously, you're probably stable.
Nobody ever wants to hear that. Man, I don't do anything cool.
I got a house and a job and a car. That makes me
Good.
stable.
Listen, good. If I see one person on Instagram, well, my life is great. I'd be like, I know you in real life. You're suffering terribly. No.
Jesus.
I really got like nothing to complain about, but I mean,
blessings. I like that. Okay, man.
She ain't riding no dubs. So what is life really?
What is life? That's right. I hear you.
I ain't popping bottles on these hoes. Then what am I really doing?
Oh, that's what I do on a daily. That's like, I'm waiting for this to be over so I can go pop the bottles like hoes.
The hoes are just sitting like this, like, come on.
Hurry up already.
Champagne me.
They're downstairs like,
Free shaking up the bottles, like,
let's get these bottles going. I got another appointment.
Woo! That's what you guys come here for.
Gonna drop that.
All right, peace.
Be good.
That's fun.